Hello, music lover. How's it going? Today, I want to talk about Eminem. It's undeniable that he has talent and has broken paradigms in the hip-hop universe, which was dominated by black artists. However, I believe his controversial behavior and some dubious lyrics make me conclude that Eminem is behind some hip-hop revolutionaries. After the intro, I'll explain this further.
Já senti que não foi tão bom. E mais que ser o pecado. Se Deus
Internet lists are often a lawless territory and frequently lack any criteria. Just look at the list of the greatest films of all time promoted by IMDb, based on the ratings given by the site's users, and you'll see that The Shawshank Redemption tops the list and The Dark Knight is in fourth place, above classics like Citizen Kane or Schindler's List. Mind you, I'm not belittling my favorite hero and villain, or even the first place film, which is an excellent adaptation of a King book. But to be judged as the best of all time, it needs to be at least a cinema classic. However, strange rankings aren't exclusive to the world of cinema. We see many discrepancies in all fields. When I make a list of any genre or musicians, I make it according to my taste and references. I made a list of the best rock bands in my opinion, and people criticize me in the comments because I included some bands and not others. However, a band I like may not be someone else's taste, and vice versa. If you want to check out the list, just click on the card. You could argue, oh, but Eminem is the best-selling rapper of all time. If we rank qualifications by sales, Garth Brooks would be one of the greatest musicians in US history with over 135 million albums sold. However, I'm sure you don't even know who this country musician is. Nonetheless, I believe that best of all time is as relative as the debate over whether it's called a cookie or a biscuit. Even Eminem himself admits that there are many artists better than him, as he said in the song Rap God.
Like him, Sebastian. That ring yellow easy. Inspired enough to position to meet the fucking rock.
As the rapper himself admits that there are other better and more influential artists than him, I decided to help analyze why Eminem is not the greatest of all time. And this does not mean that he is bad. Despite the controversies, he is part of the history of rap. Let's get to the facts. Fact 1. Dr. Dre. Without Dr. Dre, there would be no American rap as we know it today. Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Nas, and Exhibit are some of the names he discovered and produced. Not to mention his two solo albums, The Chronic and 2001, which brought eternal classics like Still Dre and Nothing But a G-Tang. Dr. Dre created the sound that transformed rap into the most profitable genre of the 21st century.
I did a couple of things in the drum machine. I invited him over.
Dre, you do a lot of recording here?
Yeah, most of the recording is done here. Nothing more comfortable than home. I was like, man, listen, I put this sample together. Tell me if you like it. You want to hear one of my joints, man? Yeah. And I hit the drum machine, and maybe 2 or 3 seconds went by, and he just went, hi, my name is, like, yo, stop. Shit's hot. That's what happened our first day in the first few minutes of us being in the studio.
Reason 2. Tupac Shakur. If on the West Coast it was Dr. Dre who gave face to the laid-back rap of California's beaches, Tupac Shakur was the one who translated the cosmopolitan hardness of the East Coast into his music. Born in Harlem, a neighborhood in New York, he is considered one of the main voices of 90s gangsta rap, which influenced black music in the 2000s. His album All Eyes on Me reached 5x platinum status in just 2 months. Reason 3. Grandmaster Flash. Flash was never a critical success and never had multi-platinum albums. His great triumph was pioneering. In the mid-70s, when disco music was dominant, he decided to take 2 turntables, different records, and tried to mix the 2 sounds. He created the technique that would be the basis for the beats and improvisations that mark hip-hop. Without scratching and the backspin technique, neither Eminem nor Dr. Dre, and probably no one, would be doing rap today. Reason 4. Jay-Z. He is the guy who elevated the status of rap within the cultural industry. He managed to transition from artist to businessman and today is among the most successful on the planet. He owns one of the largest talent agencies in the world, Roc Nation, which manages the careers of personalities in music, the NBA, MLB, and soccer. Additionally, he has a range of new businesses, including a sort of Uber for private jets and one of the leading champagne brands in the world. In music, he is considered the king of flow, as he can adapt his rhymes like few others, creating a new musical identity with each project released. Reason 5. Kanye West. If Jay-Z took rap to business, Kanye West was responsible for putting the genre on the path to art. He understood that his work didn't stand out, and to change that, he visually explored his music. The covers of his albums are designed by renowned artists like Takashi Murakami, George Kondo, and Riccardo Tisci. For the scenography of his shows, he calls the renowned stage designer E.S. Devlin, considered the top stage designer in the world. His clothes are designed by him, and his fashion shows are the biggest events in the fashion world. It also helps that Kanye is as controversial as he is media savvy, going so far as to run for president of the United States when he received an award for his career at the VMAs. The 6th reason is Brazilian rap. Obviously, Eminem and American artists don't have references to Brazilian rap. However, I argue that icons like Racionais MCs, FAC3 Central, and Sabotage are on the same level as Eminem and other great American artists. It's true that Racionais and others have expanded music from these international artists in the past, but they are also influenced by Brazilian music, such as Tim Maia's song, O Homem na Estrada. The blend of different sounds is captivating in Brazilian rap. Additionally, I believe that composing in Portuguese is much more challenging than in English. Often, translations of songs lose their essence when compared to the original English version. Composing in our language requires quality and merit. However, we should remember that personal taste varies, and we shouldn't assume that an artist is the best of all time based solely on personal preference. Leave a comment sharing who you think is the greatest rapper of all time. And if you enjoyed the content, subscribe, share with friends, and keep following the channel. See you next week. Goodbye. To wrap up, I believe that we can all have our favorites and like whoever we want. However, we shouldn't be presumptuous and assume that a musician, artist, or film is the best of all time without any criteria solely based on personal preference. If it were that simple, it would be clear that your opinion isn't solely because you like something. In your opinion, who do you think is the greatest rapper of all time? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the content, don't forget to subscribe and share the video with friends, family, and fans of good music. It greatly supports and encourages my work with the channel. I'd be even happier if you shared it on Facebook too. And if you need assistance, the channel has the Posse campaign here, represented by that little orange button in the middle of the screen. Keep watching other videos on the channel, which are also displayed here. See you next week. Goodbye.